Just got back from the store with some more supplies. It's been 2 weeks. Had to take a weekend off just to relax for once. Already been started working on this morning around 6:30 or 7. I'm sure the neighbors appreciated that, but oh well. I've got a lot to do and I need to get it done today. So I've already got 2 panels off here on this side. It doesn't look too bad. There's 2 studs that I'll definitely have to reinforce. This one and this one for sure. The rest is good. And then of course, we already saw that I replaced that whole corner, so that's pretty good. Bottom plate is good so far on this whole run, so that's good. Hopefully I don't have to deal with that anymore. I'm hoping that it's just, you know, reinforcing a couple studs here and there, and that's it. So I've already removed a bunch of the nails for these, and I'm just working on that. I'm gonna get all the bottom ones first, and then I'm leaving 1 nail in. That's easy to get to. So I've got all the bottom ones. Once I get all these bottom ones out, I'm gonna get the scaffolding set back up, and then I can get the top done. And then I've already done this on those 2 and it works pretty well. So once I've got all of them out except for the 1 target nail, like there's my nail there, I'll get back down on the ground, pull the nail out, and then it should just slide down pretty easily. So that's what I'm working on today. And then of course, once all that's off and I got the studs done, I'll bring you back and show you right before I put the OSB sheathing on. Alright, getting ready to put on the sheathing. This side wasn't too bad. I added 1 stud here all the way up because this one was a little questionable. And we've got a little bit of termite stuff going on at the top plate. One of the top plates up there, but it's not super bad. So I'm gonna leave that. The bottom plate's pretty good all the way down. There's 1 or 2 small spots that it's like right there, that it's like a tiny bit iffy, but most of it's really good. Like this side is, like I said, it's so high off the ground it wasn't getting very wet too often. And then I added a cripple there and a cripple there for these 2 studs, and that's it. So now I'm about to throw on the OSB and get that done, and then the house wrap done, and that'll be it for today. Well, actually I'll do the flashing down here as well today. So I've got some, because this is like 2 feet off the ground, I've got some bricks stacked over here, and I've got my scissor jack, so that's what I'm going to use to get these attached. Well, there we have it. I'm exhausted. At least it wasn't 105 degrees today. It was balmy 92, I believe. Still hot, but not as hot as the previous weeks. We got it all up, all the house wrap. I got the flashing up, so we are ready to go for siding as tomorrow morning. So I can go ahead and start putting siding on. I've got like a couple little things to do before that, but not much, and I've got most of my stuff put away. And of course I wrapped and taped this end. This was wrapped from the other side, so I had this extra that I always do on the corners, about 36 inches, and so this under piece I put all the way to the edge here, and then this overlap, you know, gives you a really good overlap. So that end, since I'm not wrapping or I'm not redoing the front, I just wrapped it about 1.5 inches and taped it. I guess I can show you that real quick. But like I said, I'm not doing this front, so the front's staying as is. So that's all I did, was just wrapped it a little bit, and that's gonna get a trim piece on it, just like the other side did, a new trim piece. And then I'll do a new trim piece on that bottom one's kind of janky, and so is that one. And then the rest of the trim I'll just paint gray, the same gray, when I get time. And then this side will be good to go. Yeah, I also have to do the fascia up there. It's pretty bad on this side, so especially down on this corner. So that'll get done. Again, that'll be whenever. That's not a huge priority. I just wanted to get this building safe, weather tight, and now we're basically there. I can't remember if I mentioned it. I did go and sand and paint that fascia as well, the same gray. Did that before I started all this stuff, so that'll be matching. At any rate, I am exhausted and calling it for today, so give you an update tomorrow once I've got some siding on. Started putting some stuff away because I am done. The siding is up and caulked, and that's all I'm doing today. It's about 1 o'clock today, so I'm cutting it here because the next step is just going to be painting all this, and then doing trim after that. And I've got to buy some trim and then paint it, which will probably happen in the next few days, but not going to paint this side until probably next weekend. I also did the soffit up there because it was pretty bad, so I recaulked all that, cleaned it and recaulked it, and that'll get painted as well when I do the side. So again, that's not happening today. I am super glad that this is finally done, and now I am done with all the big work with this place. Now it's just a bunch of little catch-up stuff at this point. So this was a massive improvement over how it was before. So maybe it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than how it was when I started. So I'm super glad, super happy. At any rate, I'm gonna keep picking stuff up, and this isn't the end of the video quite yet. I've still got to, like I said, do a few things, and then we'll do a wrap up at the end once I've got it completely done. So get you filled in on all the details. So you last saw me painting this side yesterday, or that was yesterday for me. Got this whole side painted, and after that I got trim work done, caulking done, and then that kind of ran into this morning as well, so I had to finish trim work and caulking this morning, painting and all that. So that's all done. Also painted the soffit up there where you saw me spray. I kept it about 4 inches from this end because I didn't want to spray the edge, which I had already painted gray before that. So I just hand painted the last 4 inches this way today. So all that's, this is soffit and everything's entirely done. I recaulked the entire soffit and all that. It was horrible up there, just terrible. And so this side's completely done now, and all 3 sides that I set out to get completed are now completed 100%. Nothing left to do on them, and now it's just a matter of cleaning up this front side, which I've also started today. So I've started painting the existing trim, the gray. That's new trim. The bottom pieces are new trim that I reapplied because they had it all the way against the concrete, just like these pieces are, which is a no-no for many reasons. But at any rate, that's a new piece. I did not do new pieces, vertical pieces. These are actually cedar, so it's sort of okay. They can withstand a lot more dampness versus pine or siding and stuff. So I left those in place. They are a little punky, slightly on the bottom, but they're not too bad. At some point, and I'm talking 4 or 5 years down the road, I might redo this front side, but really I'm not super worried about this front side once I get it fixed and nice looking. So I had to replace a bunch of fascia up here. It was all rotted out and terrible. Let's wait for this plane. So you can probably see where I cut the fascia here and then here with the skill saw, and to get all the rotted, it was completely, where did those go? I'll show you. They were so rotten. Well, here's one of them. I don't know where the other one went, but this one was not as bad as the other one, but it's still pretty bad. You can see. Wish I knew where. Oh, I think I threw the other one in the, yeah, I threw the other one in the trash can. So let's see. This one, which was the piece down toward the end, was extremely bad, and it was so rotted. I mean, it was super bad. So I cut all that out and replaced it with fresh, and caulked it all the way up. Added some new nails to the existing fascia, and of course I added nails to my new fascia. The existing fascia just needed a few extra nails put into it to make it a little bit more secure, and I also added some nails to the soffit to help secure it a little bit better. It was kind of a little bit loose, so that's all good. And like I said, I caulked the whole front, and I just got done painting the whole fascia, so it's looking a lot better. I mean, you can see the line where I cut it and replaced it. I don't care. It's not a big deal. I mean, most people probably won't even notice or care, and plus this is on an exterior or a external building. This isn't even attached to the house or anything. If it was on the main house, I would have replaced the entire thing, but the top half of it was perfectly fine, like the top quarter to a half, and then the top section up there was all fine. So I just replaced the parts that needed it. And this side over here looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's, you know, paint's coming off and stuff in some spots. It will start rotting like the other one if I don't take care of it soon, but I do plan on, within the next week or two, I'll be moving the scaffolding over, and I'll sand it, the whole face of that one down, and repaint it, and then it should be good to go. And then I just have a little bit of trim left to paint gray there, and then the soffit trim up there. And then once that's done, this side will be completed. Actually, I'm also gonna add a piece of metal roofing too, and some flashing or a drip edge to, you know, make that an actual roof instead of this, you know, piece of plywood that's been there for a few years and it's catching water and stuff in it and popping up. So that'll have a real roof put on it as well, and then I'll be completely done with this side, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. So that, you know, that's gonna get us caught up and have the whole thing to a state where I'm happy and it should be safe and not completely waterlogged and termite eaten. So at any rate, that's it for me today. I will bring you back once I get the rest of this stuff I just talked about done and show you the final product. See you then. I have no idea if this was recording. It was supposed to be, but appears that it was not. But I just spent 3 hours sanding the other side over there, and I just got done caulking as well. So it was fine. I didn't have to replace anything on that side. There was a few spots that were a little slightly soft, but it wasn't too bad. So I just there were some cracks and splits in the wood, so I just caulked through all that so that whenever I go to paint it, it won't you know, split the paint up and all that. So it should be pretty good. Now I've got to let it dry for about an hour, and then I'm going to paint it. So, but yeah, we're just about done, and tis the season for pumpkin spice, so enjoying a pumpkin spice shake. But yeah, just a little bit. I did get a little bit more painting done earlier, and but yeah, I'll just finish painting that. I'm actually about to start working on this roof now, though. I'm gonna get this roof finalized, because it was never finalized when I put that in 4 years ago now. So it needs to have a metal roof put on it. So let's do that. I just used some scrap plywood I had just to kind of reinforce this top a little bit. And then I put the trim on there. So now we're gonna cut this piece of metal. Well, I keep thinking that it's recording, and I don't know if it is or not, because by the time I get back to it, it acts like it wasn't recording. So I'm not sure if you got anything of me putting this roof on, but the roof is done now. I got the metal roof on, the Eve metal or drip edge, and I got it caulked at the top. I was gonna put some flashing up there, but there's no point. The gap up there was so small. Just caulk is fine. So this is gonna be way better than it was for sure. And so still need to add some caulk in there, probably right here in this gap, just in case. I also rounded over the edges and filed them down so they're not ultra sharp, because this is sort of head height. It's a little bit above my head, slightly, but it's about 6 feet off the ground, so I wanted to make sure that was at least a little safer. I mean, it's still sharp because it's metal that was cut everywhere, but is what it is. But yeah, that should be much better than it was before, so I'm happy with that. And now it's been a couple hours, that should be dry, so now I can get that painted. And with that, I am 100% done on this side. I don't have anything left to do. So that wraps up this fairly large project. Been working on this, I don't know, about 2 months now. You know, as I have time with work and everything. So lots of weekends, pretty much every weekend, and some days during the week that I was able to take off from work. And so yeah, with that, I mean, this is a massive improvement over what was here before, and I am super excited, super happy, because now I can rest easy knowing that, well, this place is pretty weather tight now and safe. And it just looks a whole lot better too, obviously. So now I can actually get started, or continue, on some indoor projects inside the workshop. I've got a lot in here I want to get done. And so I'm gonna close in this wall the rest of the way with some OSB and some insulation. And I'm gonna take off, well, I'm gonna take these racks off, obviously, and I'll put new ones on, like this one. This one I actually put a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood on top of those 2x4 braces. So that's what I'm gonna do over here as well. So that gives me a full shelf, a very solid shelf to put other stuff on. I've got a bunch of wood up there now, and so that'll be useful. I want to put 2 of those over there. I'm gonna put one the exact height as this one, and then I'll put one slightly below where that one's at now. And that'll give me 2 more wood racks in here, and lots more room for different things. And this is where all my plywood is going to be going, in this spot here. So, but yeah, I've got a lot more projects in here that I need to do after I get that done. Organizing cabinets, I'm building cabinets to go up here, and all kinds of stuff. So thank you guys for watching this video series, and you know, stick around for some more workshop stuff here coming up shortly.